Beeline Trail is 12-foot asphalt pavement with 2-foot gravel shoulders on either side for those that would rather walk or run on a softer surface. Trail is lined with trees and low-growth plantings. The trail in its entirety is lit for evening use. We have a variety of site amenities along the way, benches, places to sit and gather, as well as some interpretive signs, history of buildings and other noteworthy historic sites along the downtown trail. All trail users have to stop at each intersection. The cross traffic, as denoted on the stop signs, does not stop. So trail users, whether they be bicyclists, pedestrians, joggers, rollerbladers, what have you, all the different uses that the Beeline Trail will facilitate must stop at each crossing. We're now at 8th Street, home of the largest public gathering plaza on the trail. This has become known as the Farmers Market Plaza. It's entirely constructed of paver stones on a sand bed instead of the asphalt trail, but is obviously still a surface that people can walk and ride on. The design here was to create some synergy between the very popular downtown Saturday Farmers Market and City Hall, kind of a spillover gathering place for a very well-attended community event. In the foreground are some D-shaped concrete foundations. That will be the future home of the Bloomington Banquet limestone art sculpture by local artisan Dale Enochs. That's scheduled for installation in the last week of July, early August. We have a serpentine seating wall, again next to the farmers market, and an area, kind of an alcove gathering area that's been referred to as the 1A Plaza, as in freedom of speech, First Amendment. And this is a public area for people to gather informally or formally. And Plaza 1A is, we hope, will be a community gathering place for programs and events. We're making some interesting connections to private properties. We're working with Blooming Foods here we constructed our trail connection to our private property line, to the private property line. They're going to be fixing up this connection, obviously as a means for people, trail users, to get to and from Blooming Foods along the Beeline Trail. Also, the folks that run the Boomerang building have done some kind of great creative artistic graffiti on the back of their building to blend with the not so creative graffiti that seems to be in certain areas of the downtown. The smells that we have now tell me that we're close to Yonkos, so we've just crossed 6th Street, Yonkos on your left. We have a small seating plaza here, a gathering area. This has become a very popular section between Kirkwood and 6th. We have the upcoming piece of public art, as well as the Animal Island art piece created by Joe LaMantia and the folks at Stonebelt. This was put in a couple months ago. It's been a very popular attraction along the trail. The trail has a lot of limestone accents. The limestone cubes are sprinkled throughout the 6/10 of a mile. They're basically places to sit, to meet people, to gather, to stretch if you're going to go for a jog or a run. And these have become a kind of a standard design feature for our trail. And we're entering our second large plaza area. This is the Wonder Lab Plaza, obviously alongside the Wonder Lab Children's Museum. A slightly smaller plaza area, again with paver stones. We've worked very hard with the folks at Wonder Lab to create kind of a spillover area from their backyard garden so they can do some programmatic activities on the Beeline Trail. We have a pergola, another shaded seating area on our left, and what has become kind of standard equipment in many parks and on trails, a human and dog drinking fountain. Right, the Bunger-Robertson building is on our left. Interesting change in events on buildings that abut the trail, the former CSX Railroad. Bunger-Robertson has cut in ground level windows and a door and will soon add an outdoor deck to the back of their property, which is certainly not something they would have considered when it was a railroad. So we're seeing already some new uses of buildings and new points of access for buildings alongside the trail. We're approaching the 3rd Street overpass, which is basically the original railroad overpass bridge that was structurally sound, but we wanted to ornament it and decorate it a bit. So the diamond feature is a fairly substantial piece on this bridge. We've installed limestone accents on the corners. The diamond basically comes to a peak over the bridge and then is planted into a median on 3rd Street. That this, for many folks, is the welcome to Bloomington location of the B-line with the convention center and the downtown Marriott Hotel. So again, we've added some ornamentation to the bridge with the stainless steel block and tackles and cables. Eventually, we hope to decorate the interior of this bridge with public art. That's a future project consideration that we're talking about. But the Bloomington Board of Realtors has adopted this plaza, has financially contributed to the B-line, and they will hold an event here in the near future commemorating this site. We've upgraded it to pavers, put in some nice bike racks, other site amenities. The convention center has just recently decorated the backside of their building. I believe this is what was done by Bella Bella Arts through the convention center board, and it looks beautiful and has really decorated the backside of a building that needed some attention. We've assembled enough money to proceed with a complete build-out of the B-line Trail in a much more aggressive time frame than we originally had planned. We are under design to construct the trail from 2nd Street with a crossing in 2nd Street straight south to Country Club Drive, which is the end of the B-line Trail, and it will connect to the existing Bloomington Rail Trail at Country Club. Is that we will now have a connected trail system by way of the 3-mile B-line, the 2-mile gravel Bloomington Rail Trail, and the 2.4-mile Clear Creek Trail, of almost 7.5 connected miles of trail system. So someone that is a hardcore bicyclist and wants to maybe look at a recreational ride or a commute to the, let's say, for example, the farmer's market, could get on the trail system as far south as Church Lane and ride all the way into downtown Bloomington by way of constructed trails that Bloomington Parks has to offer.